Hi, everybody. Welcome to Wellness at the Westmoreland Club with Studio B, which is an online platform for movement, meditation, and mindful living. We're sure you're going to enjoy this class with Jen O'Sullivan, one of our facilitators from Washington, D.C. And if you would like some more, you can have a free trial at studiobmindfulness.com. And you can get 20% off with the code WMC20. So thank you so much, Jen. Have a great class. Enjoy.
Thank you, Paula. Hi, everyone. My name is Jennifer O'Sullivan. And as Paula said, I'm a facilitator here at Studio B. Tonight, I'm going to share with you a practice called Yin Yoga, which is a quiet and still practice that emphasizes receptivity. Yin Yoga also helps us to cultivate compassion and a loving attitude towards ourselves and to others, in part by learning how to accept things as they are. So when I take you into the poses, it's all about just being where your body will allow rather than trying to force yourself to go deeply into a pose. Yin Yoga also helps us to cultivate an observational mindset. So releasing ourselves from feeling like we have to do something about or fix something, right? That tends to be our mode of, I see something, I need to do something about it. But here we're just going to relax and be present and be in our bodies. Following a short asana practice or posture practice, we're going to then shift gears into a guided relaxation. And I'll show you different ways to get comfortable so you can really fully appreciate that practice. Coming back to the postures, Yin Yoga postures are normally floor-based. You can see I'm sitting here on the floor. And they are held for several minutes. So oftentimes you go into a yoga class and you might stay in a pose for just a few breaths and then you move on. But with Yin Yoga, we actually settle in and get comfy, cozy and see what unfolds. This gives our reactive mind a chance to quiet down. So we move through the first few layers of our thinking process into a more quiet space. It also gives our nervous system a chance to settle down and release some deeply held tension that we might be holding. I call it the squeezing, just kind of release the squeeze. And then it also gives us a chance to observe and reflect on our experience. So we have a lot of time here to just see what unfolds. We're going to start this evening in butterfly pose. Butterfly pose starts with the feet together. And then you drape your knees out to the side and you have a nice big diamond shape here. It's not too close. You're going to sit up nice and tall. And if you find that you're rocking back onto your tailbone and you're unable to sit up nice and straight, then you might want to sit on the edge of a blanket or a folded towel. So you're going to lean forward at first. You can see that I'm hinging forward at my hips. And then you're going to round the rest of the way down. Okay, and it's okay if you end up having your head up in the air, but if you're able to get a little closer, you might be able to put your elbows on your feet and hold your head in your hand. Okay. You'll see me connecting with my watch a little bit. That's just how I keep time for the class. Each of the poses, we hold them, as I said, for several minutes, but we want to make sure that we don't stay longer than we want to. So take a few moments here to get settled into the pose. You might make some initial adjustments to feel more comfortable, but knowing that the pose is sensorial. So we're not trying to search for a place where we don't feel anything at all, but rather something that feels interesting, but not risky. So we're not looking for suffering through discomfort or something that's strongly uncomfortable. And then once you settle, I would invite you to then turn your mind towards the sensation that's actually coming up. Oftentimes we might want to check out or move away from something that feels a little bit unpleasant. See what it's like to actually turn towards and get curious about the sensations that are unfolding here in your body. You might be feeling a tug on the tissues of the inner thighs or along the back side of your hips into the lower back. And sometimes I even feel it in my head, neck, and shoulders because of the weight of my head dropping down. So that's not unusual either. So if you're feeling it in any of these spots, that's to be expected, but it also wouldn't be unusual for you to feel something elsewhere. So just start to get really curious and interested in what's unfolding in your body right now. See if you can make this observation with a heavy dose of compassion for yourself. Remember, we're not trying to do an impressive pose here. We're not trying to get the head to the feet or the knees to the floor. We're just dropping into this gentle pull of gravity and letting the weight of our bodies gently tug on the tissues in the body. And so you don't need to get yourself in trouble for your performance, because there is no performance here. It's just being. And then now take a moment to shift your attention to your mood and get a sense of how you're feeling right now. So just, if somebody were to ask you, how you doing? And you were to really be honest, what would you say? How are you feeling right now? What's your energy level? Same attitude of compassion, inviting in the full multiplicity of your feelings. So being okay with any uncomfortable feelings alongside happy feelings, joyful feelings. Invite all of it in, not preferencing one over the other. And then turn now towards your mind state and just check in with not so much the content of your mind, but the volume of content in your mind. Noticing at first if there are a lot of thoughts in the head or even few thoughts, and sort of becoming a witness to the own workings of your mind. Thoughts, no thoughts. But you might also start to see that there is a lot of content or very little. You might have a sense if you're really ruminating around one particular topic. Again, not really getting involved in the storyline, but you might get a sense of it. Or if your mind is all over the place, we call that monkey mind. Sometimes we feel very dull and sluggish in the mind. That's another potentiality. Same attitude of compassion, just notice what you notice. Without trying to intervene, without trying to change, not even trying to get rid of the thoughts that might be present in the mind, just noticing that they're there. And that your mental state, your emotional state, the state of your body all impacts how you feel, your outlook, what your capacities are. So that's a good check-in. Now bring your attention to your breathing for just a moment here. So leaving the mind, leaving the emotional space, not losing track of the body, but not focusing there, and just feel your breath wherever you feel it. Might be in the torso, might also be at the tip of the nose, and that's okay. Just connect with your breath as a recognition. Breathing in, I know I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know I'm breathing out. And then the next time you breathe in, slowly sit upright. You can lean back into your hands and stretch your legs out in front of you and just enjoy being out of the pose. You can feel the after effects of the tissues in your body responding, having just been in that shape, now no longer. You might feel a shift in the interior of your heart and your mind as well. These pauses after our poses in Yin Yoga are intentional. We do them we call them rebound, and we do them as an opportunity to witness coming out of something that might have been uncomfortable and enjoying the relief of that, if that's true for you. Or just as a reminder that even uncomfortable situations run their course. They don't last forever. So we'll shift gears now, coming onto the belly. And we'll prop ourselves up on the forearms, just like you might have done when you were a kid watching TV. And so you start with your elbows more or less directly underneath your shoulders, but you're also welcome to bring the elbows a little bit more forward. And that will reduce the back bend. And you can place your feet closer together or further apart. It's up to you. Let's see if you can relax the legs so they might flop to one side or the other. You might find it helpful to bend your elbows a little more and put your head in your hands. And if you have a sensitive low back, you might appreciate engaging the abdominal muscles just a little, not squeezing, not creating tension, but just a little lift away from the floor. Or if you prefer, you can also stack your hands and bring your forehead down to the floor. And so anytime we're in a back bend, anytime we're prone rather, we are still in a gentle back bend. So even if you're all the way down, you're still doing the pose. You don't need to worry about that. And this pose is a gentle compression in the lower back. This is an area where a lot of people feel discomfort from sitting a lot or even standing a lot. If you think about it, much of the weight of our body rests on those lower vertebrae and the spine. So it's no wonder this is an area of the body that can get uncomfortable and achy and even have worse problems. So here, a gentle back bend can actually, even though it might feel a little achy at the time, it can help to reorganize some of the connective tissue in the low back. And in the long run, with repeated practice, may actually help things to feel better. So we hold poses, as I said, in Yin Yoga for several minutes. And that is again so that we can give the mind a chance to move beyond just learning how to do the pose and now just being in the pose. So I'm going to get a little quiet here and let you observe how your body feels here. Maybe also connecting to the feeling of your breath flowing in and out. Just whatever you do, try to stay here in this experience, in your body. And now if you're still up on your forearms, up on your elbows, you can go ahead and lower all the way down to your belly so that you're prone. You can stack your hands and put your forehead there. And if that's where you've been this whole time, just stay as you are. We'll just be here for a little bit in that rebound shape, a little more neutral so that you can catch that glimpse of what it's like to no longer be compressing your low back in that way. And then as smoothly as you can, go ahead and roll over onto your back. And you're going to bring your knees into your chest. You can hold on to the shins or the backs of the thighs. And I like to do a little bit of a wiggle here to make sure that my low back feels nice and long. And then take your arms out to the side in a T shape. And then slowly lower your knees over to one side. It doesn't matter which side you start on. Now it's normal for the opposite shoulder to lift up a little bit. And you can also let your feet move around a little bit so everything feels relaxed and comfortable. And twists are really nice poses because they target that same lower back area, but in a slightly different way. And you get a little bit of sensation in the hips as well. Also areas that can feel uncomfortable if you have to sit a lot or stand a lot. You'll see that my knees aren't touching, and that's okay. If your knees aren't touching and that bothers you, you could put a pillow between your knees. That would be okay. If you feel like you're rolling all the way over to the side, you can also put a pillow between the floor and your knees so that you stay in the twist rather than roll over. It's interesting to observe your breathing here, noticing how the breath can feel really full on one side of the torso and a little bit constricted on the other as a result of the shearing action of the twist. And somehow we can still slow the breath down here. Feel the breath fill your whole torso and not just your chest. Be here just a little bit longer. Notice if your mind has wandered off to a to-do list or something that you're going to do later in the day, and just see if you can come back and be here now with your breath and in your body. Now we'll slowly lift the top leg first. You'll find that when you lift the top leg first, you'll just kind of roll back onto your back with very little effort. And before you go to the other side, put your feet on the ground and lift and lower your hips just to realign your spine. And then bring your knees back into the chest. Slowly lowering them to the other side. And it's not uncommon when we do a single-sided pose like this that one side feels really different from the other. So even if you didn't feel like you needed a pillow on that side, you might feel like it's helpful here, whether it's a pillow between your knees and the floor or between your knees. I'm really get curious about the differences between these two sides. Not so much to find fault or reasons to improve. So you're not saying to yourself, oh, okay, I need to do something about this, but rather just marveling at the ways in which our body has, it is, how it's developed, how it's grown. And the truth is that we are not the same. On the inside, we're not symmetrical. Some of that's structural, and some of that comes from our movement history, what we've done with our bodies if we do something really repetitive on one side versus the other. And those are called adaptations, and they're normal. And they're kind of amazing that we're able to do that. And then, nevertheless, when we stay in the pose, as we do here in Yin, things will start to relax and settle. And you might feel your body just tick, tick, tick a little closer to the ground, bit by bit. And for these last few moments here in this pose, bring yourself back into the lived experience that's unfolding within you right now. And now once again, lift that top leg first. Feel yourself roll back onto your back. And we'll bring the knees into the chest. Again, you can do that little wiggle. Make sure your low back is spreading out on the floor. And just pause here. We're going to set up now for our relaxation pose in order to feel really settled and grounded during the guided relaxation or deep relaxation. So you can try stretching your legs out completely on the floor. Not everybody loves that in their low back. So one option, if you have it available, is to place pillows underneath your knees. And that'll give a nice bend in the knees and soften that strain in the low back that we tend to feel when the legs are outstretched. But if you don't have that handy, as I don't happen to myself either, you can bend your knees, slightly tuck your tailbone under. So you lift your hips and scoop, lower them back down. And I like to bring my knees together. So I separate my feet a little bit wider, and it feels like an A-frame. They're holding each other up. So it's still relaxing, even though I've got my legs up. And so you can kind of play around with moving your feet to see where that sweet spot of low, low effort is. If you have a blanket, you might appreciate covering yourself up so you feel more comfortable. And then it's customary to place hands on the belly to stay really contained within your own experience. This guided practice that I'm going to take you through comes from the ancient yoga traditions and is a specific formula that is said to bring about some of the benefits of a good night's sleep. So I hope that you find that to be true. So as you settle here into this relaxation shape, just notice how you can relax your muscles, that you don't need to hold yourself up against gravity. So just if you can completely relax. And I'll give you a couple of moments here to make any adjustments, including adjusting your clothing or even the way that your hair is underneath your head. Anything that might become distracting in a few minutes, you want to do something about so that you can remain here and stay really comfortably in this experience. In this guided deep relaxation practice, we're going to turn our attention inward. So we're going to quietly withdraw from inputs that enter into our consciousness through the sensory doorways. And I'll be your guide through this experience, but don't worry if you can't hear everything that I say or if you fall asleep. That's very normal, and it's customary, in fact, to move in and out of conscious awareness during this experience. Just know that there is still a part of you that's listening. So, however this experience unfolds today, you're not doing anything wrong. So now bring your attention to your natural breath. There's no need to breathe in any particular way. Just notice each unique breath. You'll notice that some breaths are long and some are short. And as you relax here and you feel into your breath, you may notice that some of your breaths become very faint, almost imperceptible. And at other times you might feel the need to take a really full deep breath, almost a sighing breath. Every breath is welcome, exactly as it is. And if they're not already, close your eyes. There's no need to squeeze them shut, just a gentle close. And now take a long, deep breath. And then breathe out slowly and let your body sink into the support of the floor. Feel the weight of your bones as you become heavy and relaxed, sinking into the earth. You are in a safe and protected space, and your mind can be at ease knowing that you are completely okay and supported in this moment. Remind yourself that there's nowhere to go and nothing to do. You're simply here as you are, resting in stillness. Now bring your awareness to your forehead, your nose, your left cheek, your right cheek. Awareness of your jaw and your mouth. And allow your whole face to be exactly as it is. Awareness of your left ear and the left side of your head. Awareness of your right ear and the right side of your head. Awareness of the back of your head. Allow your whole head to be exactly as it is. Awareness of your neck, your left shoulder, your left upper arm, your left elbow, your left forearm, and your left hand. Awareness of all 5 of the fingers on your left hand. Allow your left arm, hand, and all of your fingers to be exactly as they are. Awareness of your right shoulder, your right elbow, your right forearm, and your right hand. Awareness of all 5 of the fingers on your right hand. Allow your right arm, hand, and all of your fingers to be exactly as they are. Awareness of your upper chest and your belly. Allow the whole front of your torso to be exactly as it is. Awareness of your upper back, your shoulder blades, your back ribs, and your low back. Allow your whole back to be exactly as it is. Awareness of the front of your pelvis and the back of your pelvis. Allow your whole pelvis to be exactly as it is. Awareness of the front of your left thigh, the back of your left thigh. Awareness of your left knee, your left shin, and your left calf. Awareness of your left foot and all the toes of your left foot. Allow your left leg, foot, and all of your left toes to be exactly as they are. Awareness of the front of your right thigh, the back of your right thigh. Awareness of your right knee, shin, and calf. Awareness of your right foot and all the toes of your right foot. Allow your right leg, foot, and all of your toes to be exactly as they are. Awareness now of the whole left side of your body. Allow the whole left side of your body to be exactly as it is. Awareness now of the whole right side of your body. Allow the whole right side of your body to be exactly as it is. Awareness of the whole front side of your body. Allow the front side of your body to be exactly as it is. awareness of the whole back side of your body. Allow the whole back side of your body to be exactly as it is. Awareness now of your whole body. Allow your whole body to be exactly as it is. Maintain awareness of your whole body, your whole body, allowing your whole body to be exactly as it is. Bring your awareness back to your breath, following the natural rhythm of your breath, flowing in and out. You don't have to change the breath in any way. No effort as you breathe, just awareness of breathing. And bring your awareness to the sensation of breathing in your belly. Feel your belly rise and fall with your breath. In and out, belly rising and falling. And bring your awareness to the sensation of breathing in your chest. Feel your chest rise and fall with your breath. In and out. Chest rising and falling. Bring your awareness to the sensation of breathing in your whole body. As you breathe out, imagine that any remaining holding or tension in your body flows out, riding out on the wave of your breath. As you breathe in, imagine taking in a sense of calm, riding in on the wave of your breath. Breathing out, letting go of tension. Breathing in, bringing in calm. Letting go of tension, bringing in calm. Begin to notice the sensation of your body resting here on the floor. Notice the gentle pull of gravity and the heaviness in your body. Notice the space around you and above you. Take a deep breath and start to feel your body become lighter and filling in some of this space around you and above you. Bring your awareness to your fingers and toes. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes, paying attention to the sensation of movement. Let the movement grow into your hands and arms, feet and legs. As you continue to be aware of sensation, bring up a big stretch with your arms overhead. And then gently roll over to one side and pause there for a moment. Notice what it's like to be in a new shape. And when you're ready, press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. And once you're there, notice how you feel right now and just take in the effects of this practice. And I thank you very much for being with me here this evening. I hope that you feel more spacious and more alive and a little more rejuvenated after that practice. Thank you. Good night.